everyone to Team WSF Ditch with Pepper. My name is Pepper Pursley. I'm excited to be working with WSF to share the stories of some amazing female athletes competing in the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics. Joining me today is USA Women's Rhythmic Gymnast and 2021 Olympian, congratulations, Evita Griskenas. It's so great to see you, Evita. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me, and hi.
All right, so I have to start at the beginning. How did you fall in love with rhythmic gymnastics?
So I was 4 and I saw it on TV and I said, Mom, this is what I want to do. And she laughed. And then I kept asking and she took me to an artistic gymnastics gym and said that I took one look around and said, no, this is the wrong gymnastics. Take me to rhythmic, in my little 4-year-old language, of course. And she was like, okay, fine, and took me to rhythmic, and here I am 16 years later.
That's really cool. So I want to watch rhythm gymnastics because it seems like a super cool sport during the Olympics, but I don't know much about it. Can you just explain rhythm gymnastics, what you do and how it's scored and what I need to know to follow the competition?
Sure. So rhythmic gymnastics is, I guess, a very elegant, but also very difficult sport that uses 4 events: the hoop, which actually you can see my hoop in its case over there, the clubs, which are kind of existing up there, a ball and a hoop, and the individuals have to compete with all 4. Each routine lasts 1.5 minutes. If you go over, you do get penalized. And there's also a group performance, which is 2.5 minutes long, 2 routines, and I am an individual, so I will not be speaking on behalf of group because their rules are just a little bit different, and there's like 5 people collaborating on the carpet, so I don't know very much about them. But as for individuals, or just RG in general, it's a very interdisciplinary type of sport that includes ballet, dancing, acrobatics, and of course the equipment work. And we have within our routines elements which are jumps, turns, and leaps. And then we have sort of the tosses, which are called risks and masteries. Risks are like the big ones with 2 or more rotations under, and then masteries are all of the like cool tricks that you see that fill up the routine and the space. And of course there's a dancing step because we got to have that.
That's so fun. So what does it mean to you to be an Olympian for the first time?
It's very humbling, and it's a great honor, and I'm very excited because I actually have been waiting for this for a really long time.
That's awesome. So how did you develop your mantra? I can, I will, I must.
I heard it somewhere actually. So I'm not very original with that one. But I guess I would say I have another mantra that I hold close to home, which is with God. I usually say it in Russian, "S Bogom," and I say that very often to myself too.
Thank you for sharing. So I know you attended Columbia in my hometown of New York City. How do you balance being an Olympian and a college student?
So I have a secret. I have yet to visit New York City like ever in my life because we were all on Zoom. So yeah, I finished my freshman semester in Uzbekistan actually because we were on Zoom and I could travel and compete. So Zoom in a way was a blessing in disguise for me personally because I got to compete and travel while also still taking classes and doing school. But yeah, I guess time management is just a really big component, as well as communication. I like to let my teachers know like what I'm doing, where I'm at, all the plans I might have, and just keep that conversation going.
That makes sense. You must have some incredible time management skills as well. So what's the qualifying process for rhythmic gymnastics?
It's really complicated and might take like a good 20 minutes. So let's see. Group have their own agenda. I'm not going to comment on them. For individuals, if you qualified in the 2019 World Championships as part of the top 10, you qualified a spot for your country. Each country can get max of 2 spots. So my teammate and I qualified within the 10 spots. I was 8th, she was 10th. And so then we just stopped worrying about it completely. Then there were other spots that people could get by competing in the following World Championship Series, as well as continental like cards that are sort of given out to like people who win the continent, or like Pan American Games or European Games, etc. So that process, I didn't have to think about how that worked, luckily, so I will leave it at that.
All right, so it's simple for you. That's good. So what does the Women's Sports Foundation and the work that they do mean to someone like you?
It means a lot. They really helped me when I needed it most, and it's allowed me to pursue and continue training the way that I did. And like I live, for example, an hour and a half one way from my gym, and that's one way. And you know, I have to commute back and forth, and as well I have to there's lots of, you know, equipment is costly, and you go through your toe shoes every like week. You have to put on new ones, but they're $30 a pair. And so, you know, to have that additional support really allowed me to keep going.
That's incredible. So who are some of your heroes or people who inspire you?
I guess, well, I really admire my parents. They have been true rocks for me. They have done so much for me. And whenever I look back, I think about all of the sacrifices and time and energy and health that they've put in. And so I really admire them for that, and for allowing me to pursue my goals, regardless of how little I was, you know, at 4. And of course, I look up to God because he is perfect. So
finally, what advice do you have for young athletes who dream of being an Olympian like you?
One is keep your perseverance and stick to focus on yourself, because it's really easy to start looking at other people and being like, oh, she's doing that. Oh, this person's getting this kind of score, and etc. Or someone said something, maybe I'm not cut out for this. If you know what you want and you're willing to put in the work for it, just go your own, you know, path, like make your own path and be that trailblazer, because there's really nothing stopping you except for yourself.
I love that so much. And thank you for that advice. And that's it for today. Thank you so much, Evita, and good luck in Tokyo.
Thank you. Have a lovely day, and maybe we'll meet again.
Maybe, yeah, I would love that.